10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Phoenix's turn to ban. Radiant team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Phoenix's turn to pick.
Game number 2 now for MVP Phoenix versus TNC. I'll get that transition thing. TNC versus MVP Phoenix. MVP Phoenix have already lost 2-1 against Fnatic, and they could be losing this next series as well. They're already one game down. Lost, and they are out of the EPICENTER Southeast Qualifier. The tournament's going to be pretty damn big, by the way. It's got a $500,000 prize pool. Yeah, biggest one outside of a major or a TI. Oh, pretty big stuff. We get into game number 2 now, as I have March, who's going to be joining me again. March has been lovely with all the analysis. Buddy, I am going to be very sad to go.
Yeah, but I have to go anyway. The army thing.
Yeah. 2 years though, right? It's not.
It's gonna be pretty long. Whatever, I have to do it anyway.
I was trying to keep me up on the positive side for you, you know. Alright. Let's focus on some, shall we? MVP Phoenix, backs against the wall. What do they go to? The stock standard for MVP Phoenix, pretty much all organization long. It's Bristleback.
Yep, with Bristleback, that's... Like, there we go back to this because... to get back to the tempo, like, with Bristleback is a really aggressive hero, and then this is the tempo that MVP Phoenix really likes a lot of times, so after they win with this, they can kind of feeling back about how they usually play, and I think that's why they just picked their first 2 phase and just picked it. But TNC responds correctly by picking the OD. OD is one of the most annoying hero to play against, because if you want to dive OD under the tower, he's gonna ask for imprisonment. You're not gonna be able to tank the tower at the early level, and the intelligence steal from the OD is gonna be huge against Bristleback at the same time as well.
Yeah, he's one of those heroes that you could very rapidly see him having no mana pool at all, because all of his intelligence has tapped away by the OD. And there's also like a fundamental, fundamentally the Bristleback plays into longer drawn out team fights, right? Because of his quills and his natural sustain that he has. He's just better at fights that are drawn out. But you could say the OD, he loves those kind of fights, because he's just going to be there right-clicking away, building more and more intelligence up, and then drop the hammer for a big nuke.
Also, the thing is, like, just 5 stars, he asks for imprisonment, the Bristleback can just go straight on the IO, and then 1-2 shot, and then drops the hammer, IO dead, and that Bristleback just gets kited to death again, and yeah, that's why OD is really good against Bristleback. And TNC bans 2 heroes that MVP Phoenix loves using with IO and Bristleback. The Juggernaut is the go-to hero for the safe lane usually, and Invoker at the same time to control for the team.
Yeah, they're a real big fan of the healing ward with the Wisp, right? But what other heroes really fare well against Bristleback, seeing as you're probably one of the foremost experts on this combo?
Yeah, well, obviously Witch Doctor is really good with IO and Bristleback because the heal kind of gets doubled as well. And like for TNC, some good heroes against with Bristleback is like Undying, or like VS is really good too.
Phoenix's turn to pick.
Disruptor is also really good against Bristleback as well. For MVP Phoenix, they're gonna. I think they can actually go like Omni Knight safe lane as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what that was one of the cars too. Just because like if you see this, OD is gonna make a
10
hell for
seconds
Bristleback, right?
remaining.
Uh huh.
You can just put the
Radiant
repel on
team
Bristleback and just run in, and they just can't do anything in the early phase. And TA, yep, a lot too.
TA matchup against the OD, one of the few heroes that can do okay, right? It's still a winning matchup for OD though. But are we putting the Wisp Bristleback though?
No,
Right.
no, this Bristleback is offlane 100%. I
10
think OD
seconds
is
remaining.
probably safe lane though. They can
5 seconds remaining.
some other heroes mid like Viper or something and deal with TA, but I think OD
Reserve
does really
time.
well against Bristleback in the safe lane.
What about Razor
Disruptor.
or TNC to match up against the
Phoenix's turn to ban.
Because that would also be a good hero against the.
But like, actually, like a lot of people think the Razor is good against Bristleback, but Bristleback can just not good Razor and just run around
10
with the skill
seconds
spraying him
remaining.
and it's still okay. So
Oh, okay.
I don't really think the
5
Razor
seconds
counters.
remaining.
I don't find Razor too much annoying.
Okay.
Reserve time.
But
Our
TNC, yeah.
last bands. You called the Disruptor. Or TNC. Can you call the last hero? Viper.
No, it's not gonna be Viper. Well, like Ember is pretty good for TNC as well. Like Ember does really okay against TA. And it does really well against IO as well, because if you see the MVP Phoenix lineup, they don't have any stun. It really seems pretty good. I wonder what they will pick for MVP. Last they're missing MP's hero, and they need some hero like actually Lina even in the safe lane. They kind of need a setup hero. Lina, we used to use Lina a lot in the safe lane as well, but
Radiant team ban.
What did you really like about that?
Lina, like it was around the TI5 era when Lina was just popular and her Euro range was long, and then a lot of setup can be done. So the biggest flaw of this Bristleback
10
lineup is that
seconds remaining.
you have to chase a lot of times, and you need a hero that can
Phoenix's
just
turn
set
to
up
pick.
for you.
Phoenix have a full minute to decide. Weaver was the ban by TNC. Clinks was, I would say, a pretty appropriate response. You said that Clinks is sometimes seen by TNC mid, but it's also really good versus any
10
Wisp lineup
seconds
at all.
remaining.
It's really good against Witch Doctor and Wisp. So,
5 seconds
but I
remaining.
don't think they would have used it at all.
Yeah, TA is not a matchup that you.
Reserve time.
Phoenix needs a setup hero for sure right now. Some kind of control. They don't know what TNC is gonna pick, right? And P is also gonna do a lot of map control as well, so they need to watch out for that at the same time. Boom.
Ooh.
Radiant team pick.
Okay, I guess that's a hero that can match up against Nature's Prophet. Fine, I suppose. The match to OD, able to just take him out of the fight. TNC, they're gonna have multiple cores here to rely on for damage, most likely, with the last pick still out there.
I'm not sure if I really
10
like the
seconds
Doom,
remaining.
but if Doom gets like the Purge creep or like the
5
anything,
seconds
like you
remaining.
can just Doom a hero and then start purging the opponent, like maybe it can be a good troll. So
Reserve time.
hero mid against
Oh,
TA.
they go back to the Jakiro mid! Oh god. Arch, help me out. Is this gonna be the time that I see Jakiro mid win a game?
This is like one of the best matchup for the Shakira though. So, but I have seen Kyo play TA against Viper and what do you call Viper and Venomancer and stuff like that and get hard countered, but he still just goes jungle or like comes back to the game was getting kills. So,
You know, March, this is gonna be the game. If Jakiro if Jakiro mid cannot win this game,
10
then
seconds
I'm just gonna
remaining.
call. Every single time I see Jakiro mid, I'm just gonna be like, nope, that team lost, like instantly, because you're right. This is the matchup, like Templar Assassin versus Jakiro. Like you couldn't ask for a more favorable matchup for the Jakiro. So if this game is not the game that he wins, then I don't know how we ever will.
but also the Wisp and TA synergize really well together. So, like the way their MVP is gonna play this is they're just gonna send the Bristol back and let him get some experience, and Febby's gonna stack a lot of the ancients while helping QO with this region. So it's important for TNC to block the ancients or contest the ancients somehow. Usually they're gonna guard it from the beginning, so we'll see what happens. Dubu TPing already, just making sure no one can sneak into YD Ancients camp.
Party's gonna start off with a aggressive ward.
Old pig.
Oh, old pig! Damn, that's rough. March, do you care to explain? What is that? What is that insult?
I don't know.
Pig.
He's just calling the business back to
Oh,
calling
okay,
pig, and
okay.
then he's just calling that I was his old pig. But
Okay, fair enough. I didn't make that connection. I was just like, old pig, Jesus. That is some weird. You South Koreans have some weird taunts, but now it makes sense. Then.
30 seconds to battle.
oh, they come in, but they don't really put any wards down. They're just getting out now.
So that spoke up by TNC doesn't really work out too well for them. Their ward probably.
I think TNC actually have won against once in the summit final. So they're pretty confident
The
playing
battle
against this as well.
begins.
Blessings.
So both sides gonna start out with their bounty runes. Sentry given over to Jakiro.
Oh,
That's out this war.
maybe auto sentry ward, but they actually didn't place any wards. Just faked them, so Fabi just wasted 200 gold, so he's gonna be really, and he didn't even get the bounty rune, so he's gonna be really delayed for him to the bottle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, he sees now that both of his camps are available. They're going to try and very early go on Perev with a level 1 glimpse. Pretty interesting choice, but it might just work out. Maybe not get this kill, but they can get a lot of damage. Maybe they can kill
Fairy
Perev,
Fire.
actually. Bringing him so low, the Fairy Fire. Oh, 19 HP. All he has to live on. And Winter's actually going to come back in here with the counter ward. So the fake out leads into him being able to kill the sentry that was supposed to counter him in the first place. And will now be able to block out the ancient. Really well done by TNC.
Fabi is not gonna have. Oh, he's buying another sentry ward. He's gonna have really delayed bottle. This is hurt him a lot.
The escalation of the ward battle. This is conversely going to be hurting Perev quite a bit.
Fabi's try to make a connection pool with Psycam. He's
There, it's there, Febby. You just got to get into the trees to see it.
isn't it on the uphill, so you don't have a vision of it?
No, it's not right.
I think it looks like it's on the uphill.
Looks like to me it's on the ground. Okay, if I'm wrong. Febby, feathers over to Perev. They're still gonna try and pop this this whiz. It looks like they should be able to. He tries to get the deny for Roshan, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh,
Perev
they
is gonna
maybe
try
get
and
the
get a
double
counter kill, but Vengeful Spirit. Oh, he has to go for the Roshan deny as well. TNT waiting out, but no, Roshan denies the double kill away from TMC, one which Damn H made his rotation all the way across. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Teehee punishing QO with this haste rune pretty heavily. He comes in, but this is a wisp without a bottle. So, help out the assassin at all. Now Febby is a little bit stuck.
He's level 1, nowhere close to bottle. He's trying to stack a game, but he needs to go just stack the Hellbear camp and the area or the troll creep, and then actually just stack. But he found the ward now, though.
Found it! Yay! He did it, Febby. Boy, this is one of the worst Wisp games that I've ever seen. Starting off.
Even Q's not doing well, so.
12-7 compared to 13-10 of Teehee. This lane, I think it reaches its peak right about now for Jakiro, right?
When he reaches level 5 was level 3 Liquefier. That's what he was gonna do, but he has the 3 points in Jewel Breast instead.
Minarune, pretty important for QO to be able to secure this since the Wisp can't really help him out. They do have the Furion coming in, and Teehee will just chase him out and get to the Arcane Rune.
Wow.
Oh. Welcome to a world of even more spam. Well, it's got to be wrapped around on here. AU, is he going to get a ward behind the tower? Looks like it.
They're
They
giving
have the opportunity for a good glimpse.
pass it to Febby so he can get a bottle right now. He's smart.
Damage, TP's in, glimpse back onto QO. He's going to put him in an awkward position. Should be very quickly burned down. Still has the refraction and melts down, but a counter ward is placed. And QO does end up dying.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe just a little bit more. Hit gold, and he will have that that bottle. On the upside, MVP are free farming in the top lane. Oh, but I guess that's something. Gotta look at the bright side.
Oh, they see Duwu, he's pretty high level, but
Casket bouncing around. Febby, is he actually gonna? No, he's gonna wait on his tether. Gonna wait for MP to come in. Gives him the extra movement speed to make sure that he can at least chase down one. Nature's Prophet is gonna be the first target. AU lays down a really good kinetic field that blocks out the Doom for a majority of the time.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
oh well, they get the kill that needed. They really needed that kill when you really needed it.
Yeah. Teehee gonna die here. Not really respecting the Doom all that much. Gets slowed down by the Infernal Blade. Dubu's gonna be close enough for the Casket as well. And Casket actually bouncing back to Teehee, quickly eating through the trees. Claiming the kill. MP drags back for his team, who's just being run over in both the mid and bottom lane. Had to have an early impact in order to offset that advantage, and does so pretty well.
This game is actually going
Radiant's middle tower is
a
under
Wisp
attack.
Bristleback pattern. But like even though Wisp is really low level, he can come back through getting all these ancient script. When Borb is level 5, he's gonna do it, and I can expect TNC to come contest it, like smoking towards the ancient area to steal the contest the farm there.
Well, Casket actually really well placed. It bounces over the trees, but is still controlling up the Nature's Prophet. QL pops his haste rune. The kinetic field is going to fade, and he'll try and get out of here soon. And no, he's actually going to turn and fight because Febby's now here, able to provide some serious regen to QO, who just continues to battle it out. AU is going to be caught in the crossfire next up. They'll try and finish it off with Vengeful Spirit underneath the tier 1 tower. Refraction is running low, though. QO's not able to keep going just yet. Slows down Teehee. That should be the end of the game.
It was really good for Q. He's going for the power thread, like because of the movements, the attack speed is slow and stuff. He usually loves going for the base boost, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
for the power thread.
That what is it? 50% or 50 attack speed slow, and then another like 60 or 40. Yep. Full breath. AU. Barely gets the glimpse out. Kinetic field laid down. Tiki.
They don't have sentry wards.
Uh-oh. Their sentry's just barely off the mark.
Barely.
Will.
Very barely.
Yeah. And he comes back, heals up QO. Now they're putting so much attention on the QO, which is great. It's getting back in the game, but it does leave Forev a little bit out in the cold because he's forced to match up against Raven one-on-one. Not a favorable matchup. Completely shutting him out in CS almost.
Yeah, but Doom's gonna like in a ranked game when I play OD, like the
Radiant's
hero
top
that I
tower is
hate
under
playing
attack.
against the most is Doom. Like
Dire's bottom
play
tower
OD,
is
like he
under
just
attack.
comes in me every team fight and I can't do anything.
Warriors of the wood.
Dire's
Grabs the
middle
TPN.
tower is under attack.
That's the
Rev.
BB though. I
Can
don't think
afford
you
it,
wanna go
though.
BB.
Oh, Febi's gonna be brought back. Nice glimpse. AU's gonna try and lock Febi in. Febi's gonna go for the Ancient tonight, looks like. Oh no! Sam H barely managed to get the last hit there. Still though, they're in a bad position. That's a pretty good sprout,
Oh,
but
nice
not
dodge.
good enough to save the Vengeful Spirit. Sam H, 20 more seconds till his TP, but that's just not gonna be fast enough. The Raven could buy a little bit of time with an imprisonment, but it's just simply not worth it. QO having the double damage means they can go straight to Roshan. MVP Phoenix coming back into this game in a big way.
They're doing it without even any points in goo right now.
Dire's
They
middle
contested in
tower
time, they're running there.
Well, it doesn't look like they're going to be fast enough to stop Roshan, but they might be able to still fight this one out. Unfortunately, Disruptor's not level 6. Raven immediately gets doomed up, and they should be able to chase him down.
Oh, this is what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
nice block. The good sprout block. Fortunately, the tether does manage to eat some of those trees. Raven is about to lose that doom, but it's not going to come fast enough. He's stalled up, stunned up, ends up going down. They get the Vengeful Spirit next, and TNC is just rapidly falling apart against MVP's aggression. Looks like even Sam H, he gets
Is
the
he gonna
Infernal
die?
Blade. Tick, tick. Yeah,
Oh.
he gets them.
Your soul.
What do you think about this build, by the way? You didn't max out Devour. Went for levels of Infernal Blade now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, people usually go 1 for 4 on the Doom, but since it's the carry Doom, I think you can afford to go 4 for 1 and get more items. Yeah, he's going for Shadow Blade right now, which is good because you can go Invis and Doom someone, and Bristle can TP in, relocate. So, yep, he's the one who has to go scout the enemy.
TNC are going to have a hard time getting this game back into their hands.
Usually, Bristleback gets max through the farming the stacks, but he didn't even farm the stacks, and Bristleback thanks to getting Roche and a lot of kills. This game is actually really looking good for the BP Phoenix.
Come.
They're up right now by a pound 4,500 gold. They should have, especially on Dire's side, now that they've won back the laning phase, they should be able to have the next Roshan. Looks like they relocated to bottom lane for a quick kill on the Disruptor before he hits level 6. See if they can kill Febi though in time. 4 more seconds till the relocate. Oh no, that
Oh,
puts
the
him out.
mech.
It blocks him out, and Febi's gonna be able to get away. Brev is gonna be left behind, but it doesn't matter. He's got reinforcements, or maybe he does. A beautiful ice pass stalls up MVP Phoenix's assault. Looks like they're gonna be able to easily get Raven here, but MVP Phoenix are just running over these heroes thanks to the paralyzing cast. He turns around, gets off a dual breath on that Febi, who's come back into this fight thanks to the tether, but immediately ends up going down. Still though, he healed up MP, and that's all that's important, is MP is able to run down the Nature's Prophet, locked in by finally a level 6 Disruptor. And I am actually not too sure
Dire's
if
top tower is under attack.
that fight went MVP Phoenix's way. It looks like it didn't,
Uh,
because of the
TNC
gold advantage.
Yeah, TNC got a lot of it out of it, but Q has Blink there completed now, and then he can be a huge impact in the team right now. So, well, that war is Q was trying to find it, but he can't find it. Oh, he finds it. Joe's just gonna start running into the team with the Aegis now, and he's gonna drag around the attention in the team fight. The next team fight, if TNC can do well against it, they have some chance. But this is usually the pattern of how Whisperspec wins the games.
You will. Not jumping on the opportunity, wants to wait until the Smoke and Shadowblade initiation comes out from MVP Phoenix. They're going to be a lead on to Sam H. Not needing the Doom, it seems. The damage over time takes the Furion out. The relocate onto the other side is able to catch the Vengeful Spirit. They send Febby, or no, actually the Bristleback back. But it doesn't matter, the Vengeful Spirit still ends up diving. Kiwo, all the way deep into the Tier 1 tower. The Paralyzing Cast bouncing around is going to be able to stay on the T. Slowing him down enough for Kiwo to be able to pick up the dominating streak. Still has the Blink Dagger up for round number 3. Being not to dive the Tier 2 tower, at least not yet anyway.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's probably for the best. MVP Phoenix, no need to push that up. At this point, MVP Phoenix, how do they really translate this into a guaranteed win? Because they've already got a pretty damn big lead.
But they just need to safely take the Aegis, but they can still keep making the aggressive plays right now. Like, TNC has to sacrifice at least more than one hero to kill any of the heroes right now. Peace side.
This paralyzing task had been so valued. They actually got the OD farther down. Looks like this fight is still going to play out though in the mid lane. Dubu is going to be run down by TNC. Managed to keep himself alive with a Voodoo Restoration. Plus the healed Kiwo stuck inside the Static Storm. Almost ends up dying. Same goes with Dubu. They managed to glimpse him back, but it's still not quite enough. The sustain from Febby is enough for him to keep on marching through and keep all of his allies alive as MVP Phoenix, again, running over TNC time after time. Mega kill streak now complete for QO, and MVP Phoenix can this Tier 2 tower.
Oh, the Witch Doctor healed it so much in the team fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
In conjunction with that a tether from Febby, they both did an excellent job of keeping QO alive through all that damage over time. And it's surprising to see Jakiro picked up against both Wisp and Witch Doctor. I would say the sustain offered by those two is a pretty good counter to Jakiro's heavy damage over time.
Yeah, but usually Jakiro is pretty annoying for Wisp because like if you just use any spell and then it's damage over time, so Wisp cannot heal the.
Oh, that's true. And bottle heal, right?
And bottle heal, but at the same time, the Witch Doctor heal can still work. So
yeah,
what you say is also true.
QO is looking to complete his Desolator here pretty soon. Dubu actually is pretty wealthy. 4-staff pretty soon.
Are you trying to make an excuse for Jakiro?
No, I'm really not. I still think this hero is just not a good 2 position.
But he's pretty farm though. He's a Veil of Dust Gourd and Drama of Endurance.
Yeah? You think that's gonna win the game for TNC though, March? A farm Jakiro. Just seen it fail too many times, man. Like the first time I saw it was the complexity. It was like I was like, whoa, I don't know about this one. And every single time afterwards, oh, the Jakiro mid. Oh, it's Jakiro mid.
Isn't this hero pretty boring to play at the same time? Usually, like you invented heroes are through the fun heroes, being played at the core positions and stuff like that. But Jakiro doesn't seem fun to me at all.
Oh, I don't think so. He is super tanky versus physical damage though, thanks to the Veil of Discord build. They're going to be able to glimpse QO back in. They get the Ice Path onto him for relocating. It's coming in from behind, but QO is already dead. Raven has eliminated second support hero as well. He's been doomed up. He's going to take out very soon. It's all on Raven here, but he's just taking too much damage as Rev is cleaning house. He's going to dive into the Tier 3 tower, threatening TNC, but gets swapped back in. They still have a glimpse as well, but it doesn't matter. Brev's just too tanky. Tier 3 be damned. Maybe MP? AU thinking about it. Does lay it down with the kinetic field. They just have no damage to couple.
This Doom and Brisbane are just way too tanky.
Yeah.
Pull roots and run.
You know what the problem is? It's Acropire. That's my biggest problem. It's just not a good spell. It takes too long to cast. Doesn't deal damage fast enough. Like you're like you're a core position whose damage is dependent on other people landing their disables.
Yeah, I think Jakir is a great support hero.
I'm down with support Shapiro. Oh, would you look at that? It's a QO room. Damage.
DD.
Roshan will be up in a minute and a half, so if he saves it for the full duration, they should be able to quickly take Roshan. Oh, Dubu gets caught.
Or they smoke?
Oh, nice static storm. I didn't even see that relocate coming in, but apparently AU did, and they managed to get the kill on Baby because of it. Dubu, though, rocking the house with that ward. He's dealing out tons of damage. He's going to be able to kill Teehee, it looks like. Dubu will finally die, but QO gets the counter kill onto Sam H. Raven battling it out with QO right now, but he has to retreat with the imprisonment. And Winter being chased away by MP. Kinetic Field barely catching the Doom. Still going to be a slow on to Winter G. But I don't think MVP are going to be able to.
So usually, like when you play Wisp against a disruptor, you don't want to rely on the relocate at all. You usually want to stick with the team and then move objective wise, because if you're moving together, disruptor actually doesn't do anything at all.
So later, Will finally has it. Ready to start two-shotting supports. Top 3 net worth heavily in favor of MVP Phoenix. Third place is Bristleback at 8K, and fourth is the OD at 6,200. Very big discrepancy in net worth.
I haven't seen Fury in such a low net worth like this, but he has 7 deaths to his name. I guess that's why.
Sam H did not have a good game. He tried to play. He has a very distinct Furion playstyle. When Blitz and I were casting it, we thought it was because of the Duro Ranger that they ran in both games, but he just really loves the double null talisman statting up.
Yeah, he used to always go for blade mail as well.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. One of the blade mail builders.
He plays
Right now, like most native prophets are going pretty fast drums into mech. So he really likes double moles.
Wants to non-fight team fight with Furion. I mean, he's really good with it, but it's just one of the bad game from this game. If Furion doesn't really do anything against these 3 cores, he can't kill any. Like he just tickles to all of them.
Yeah, I think that says a lot because other Furions would have adapted to a different playstyle. I would say in this game. I would almost say like the Aghanim's build would have been better for this game. Or at the very least, a Maelstrom split push.
I think an Aghanim would have been great for this game. They don't. MVP Phoenix doesn't have any push. The wave clear. I mean, TA is good, but other than that, they don't have anyone. Just going high ground right now.
Tier 1 tower is taken by TNC in the top lane. But they had to blow Glyph for this push at bottom. They'll lose their tier 3 soon. Teehee throws out the Macropire, trying to zone back MVP Phoenix, but it's only going to work for so long. Now they jump in onto Teehee. AU actually goes for a very quick defensive glimpse on a QO. Ice Path lands. Damage onto Forev. Start building up that intelligence for the OD. This is going to be essential. They have to get a really good drop. QO almost ends up dying here. The ultimate is dropped, but it's not enough to finish off anybody there from MVP Phoenix. And Raven still run down behind the tier 4 towers. The paralyzing task again is just going to work. Oh my god, Winter G dies just feet away from the fountain.
MP is zoning out everyone, you know?
Yeah, he's making sure everyone has to stay inside the fountain while the rest of his team can take the racks at their leisure.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And MVP Phoenix, because they were able to win that fight so convincingly, will be able to go for a second lane of racks. TNC just call it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower
Not
has
nearly
fallen.
as diehard as MVP Phoenix have in the games that they've lost. TNC calls it relatively early, but I think we all know from a spectator position there really wasn't any way for TNC to come back in this game. So, we're going to go to a game number 3, MVP Phoenix. It would be a heartbreaker for them if they manage to go game 3 in 2 different series and lose them both. Meanwhile, TNC, they've already made somewhat of a name for themselves as being one of the